Hello, my name is Rob L. Conrad. I wrote a book. Matter of fact, I got two books out: Succeed Beyond Adversity 2 and Succeed Beyond Adversity. What I want to introduce to you today is my newest book out. Wrote it several years ago, but it's called Succeed Beyond Adversity 2. You might can see a little of it. Wrote it on Amazon.com and Barnes& and Noble. Uh, what's so interesting about my book? People want to know. One of the things that I want to talk about is that I was one of three children in 1965 to integrate an all-white school. The three children involved was myself, Robert Conrad, which my name at the time was Lee Edward Penn, and my sister's name is Dolores Penn, and Donna Mae Lewis. We had a young man named David Wadley who integrated all a white high school. This in Faraday, Louisiana, during 1965. And I just want to tell my story. Some kind of way. Look like our history got lost, but I want to let everybody know that hey, it was three other kids that integrated in all white school. And I also talk in my book about the Persian Gulf War when I served in 1990-91. I served in the Persian Gulf War and the experiences I had in that situation. But one of the things I want to talk about today is growing up in Louisiana and facing prejudice. When going to school as a light-skinned black person, when I was in all-black school, I wasn't black enough to be black. In the white school, I wasn't white enough to be white. When first day of school, when they took us in to the school with the National Guard and the police to follow us and guide us into the school. And this is the book, Succeed Beyond Adversity. And what I talk about is my mom. My mom is my greatest inspiration. When I think about mom and stuff she went through, she was in an abusive relationship with my father. And one night she decided to take all her kids and run away. And she came to a town called Faraday, Louisiana. After seeing so much prejudice going up there, she was determined to get involved. And the NAACP offered her a chance to get her children involved in an experiment. And what they did is they volunteered us to integrate in an all-white school. Growing up, I had to learn what racism was all about. One day I needed to use the restroom. Here I am, 5 years old. Mama take me to the restroom in a gas station. And when I get to the gas station, you got two signs. One say for colored only and one say for whites only. On the right side had for whites only, because it say if you couldn't read, you should know that white is always right. So the right side was for white and the left side for colored. The restrooms was like that, and also the water fountain. And for some reason, it seemed like always the colored side is always broken. So here I am, a 5-year-old guy, young man trying to use the restroom, and I said, Mom said the restroom is broke, baby. We got to go somewhere else. I said, what you mean go somewhere else, Mom? I said, I need to use the bathroom now, Mama. So we had to walk to another gas station and finally use the restroom. And I told her I don't understand why we can't use the other one. She said, baby, I'll explain it to you later. Okay, here I am, going, she taking me to the doctor's office. Now, bear in mind, the doctor's white, and he sees black and white people as well. But when we got to the doctor's office, what I noticed is that same thing again, had two doors. The door on the right say for whites only. The door on the left say for colored only. We walked through the door on the left, and once we got inside, we sat down. Mama went back to the doctor and set me at the chair. I was sitting there and wondering, what is the big deal? I looked around, all I saw was black people. And I'm sitting there and swinging my legs back and forth. I decided to get up and go around this beam. They had a center beam from the front door to all the way to the reception. It was a center beam, a wall. It was a center wall, and the wall divided the blacks and the white. So what I did, I got up, I stood up, and I walked around the wall, and I sat on the other side with nothing but white people. And I sat there and I swinging my legs back and forth, and I'm looking around, and I just couldn't understand What was the big deal? The only thing I saw different, beside different colored people, is the chairs were more comfortable. They had soft leather chairs. And on the other side, they had just wooden chairs for us. So after I sat there for a few minutes and people just looking at me, didn't say anything, I finally got up and walked back around to the other side. And then when my mama came out, I told her what I did. And she looked at me and said, "Boy, you trying to get us in trouble?" I said, "No, Mom, I just don't understand." She said, "Baby, you will understand it at a later date. I can't explain it to you right now." So as time went by, and then when I finally got selected to go to that all-white school, and the way the kids treated me, they didn't talk to me, they separated themselves from me. I got in a fight with one of the guys. You know, they sent us to the office. I got expelled for a few days. I went back to school, and that was a miserable year for me. You know, trying to deal with it. I sat in the classroom. They put me in the back of the classroom so I couldn't hear. And then when I made good grades, at the end of the year, they say I would retain to the same grade. And when the NAACP tried to find out the information, what happened, they couldn't find nothing but bad grades. They couldn't find no paperwork to say I made an A, B, or C, or whatever. You know, so those are things I went through. But I want to talk about that in my book, and also the Persian Gulf War, where I went through the racism over there is just as bad. In the war, in the army, is just as bad. When you get a chance, go to Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and check out my book, Succeed Beyond Adversity 2. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. There's a lot of good information in there, and it show you what people like me and your mother and father went through. Again, Succeed Beyond Adversity 2, Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble. Thank you and have a blessed day.